Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wilds coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning walk. For first-time listeners, I just get some exercise in the morning and I share my thoughts with you guys, whatever I'm inspired to talk about. So today is a beautiful day. As you can see here, a nice sunny day in Houston. I can get some good work in, but yes, okay, it's back up. So yes, guys. So Julian, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing today? All right. So today is a quick word of motivation. I call this Motivation Monday. It's a quick word of motivation. Man, we had talked about this about about a year ago, but I think it's a good time to refresh people's minds on it because you always need commitment in your life, right? So Oswin Smith, good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you doing today? So we'll just get a quick word, a little motivation on what it means to have a commitment, right? On commitment. We can do a quick little motivation on commitment and get people mornings going, get this new week started, right? So let's talk a little bit about commitment, right? Commitment, let's see what it's defined as. Definition. Commitment is defined as a willingness to give your time and energy to something that you believe in, or a promise or a firm decision to do something, right? Renita, good morning. Good morning. So commitment is defined as a willingness to give your time and energy to something that you believe in, or a promise or a firm decision to do something, right? We're just going to do a refresh on commitment because we need commitment to get anything done in our lives, right? So it says a promise is a willingness to give your time and energy to something that you believe in, or a promise or firm decision to do something, right? A promise or firm decision to do something. So let's look at some famous quotes here, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. This one said, without commitment, you cannot have depth in anything. Without commitment, you cannot have depth in anything. That's by Neil Strauss. Then the next one said, motivation is what gets you started. Motivation is what gets you started. A commitment is what keeps you going. This one is by Jim Rohn. So motivation, I can motivate you right now to get something started. I can motivate you right now to get something started. Miss Patricia Blackman, good morning. Thanks for listening. I can motivate you right now to get whatever started, your project started or whatever you want to get started. But it's your commitment to it is what's going to get you through those tough days when things get tough. Is that commitment. The motivation is just going to get you started, but it's that commitment that you make is going to keep you going, right? It's going to keep you going. Let's look at the next one here. Commitment leads to action. Actions bring your dream closer. Commitment leads to action. And action is what's going to bring your dreams closer. I think that's self-explanatory there. The commitment is the foundation of great accomplishments. Commitment is the foundation of great accomplishments. We look at one more. Commitment is what transforms a promise into a reality. Commitment is what transforms a promise into a reality. That's by the great Abraham Lincoln. Right, guys? So what we got to understand with commitment and why some people are afraid of commitment. Commitment comes with a sacrifice. Always there's a sacrifice attached to commitment, right? Because when you're going to be committing to something, you got to be giving up something else, right? Simple like we all losing weight, right? You commit to losing your weight, that means you got to give up something. You got to give up them foods that you like. You got to give up, you got to exercise. You got to give something up to get to your goal, right? So commitment, you got to understand that it always comes with a sacrifice. And you got to look, okay, if I'm committing to this, what is the sacrifice I got to make? What sacrifices I got to make if I'm going to make a commitment to my dream, right? And you always got to look at the sacrifice. And if the sacrifice is too much for you to make, don't make the commitment. don't make the commitment. You got to be willing to make the sacrifices. If you're not willing to make the sacrifice, you cannot make a proper commitment, right? So no matter whatever you are going to commit to, just know sacrifices must be made for you to achieve what you're gonna achieve, right? If you're gonna make a commitment to be married, you're giving up all the everything what it is to be single, right? So just know that. And the enemy of commitment is procrastination. That's a whole nother talk by itself. The enemy for commitment is procrastination. You know that famous, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next year, I'll, whenever the time is right, when the government change, because we gotta, when the boss change, when I get a promotion, or, when I get a new house, or when I get a new car, or when I buy this new shoe, and it's always something, right? And you keep procrastinating, and the time gonna be never right. So you just gotta start, man. You just gotta make the commitment if it's something you really want to do. You just gotta make that commitment and get it done. So let's look at a quick scripture here where we talk about commitment. It's Proverbs 16:3. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed." You see, the key word here is commit to the Lord whatever you do. Commit to the Lord whatever you do. Because once you got the word commit, he don't know. If you commit in, you halfway there already. You halfway there already, right? Right, guys? So make that commitment, whatever the thing you need to do. And for believers, what we got to do when we're doing anything to make it easy, to make the commitment, do it for the glory of God. As believers, do it for the glory of God. And it's helped make the commitment easy when you're doing it and saying, God, I'm doing this to glorify you. I'm doing this to glorify you, even if it's to lose weight, because he said his body's a temple and he want to make sure your body is right. So you saying, I'm doing this, I'm losing this weight, help me because I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this to glorify you. The job that you're going to commit to, or the business you can commit to, say, God, I'm doing this to glorify you, because your word in James, I think is 1 Timothy 5:8, saying you got to take care of your family. He who do not take care of his family is worse than an unbeliever, right? So I'm doing this to glorify you, God. Do everything you're doing to glorify him, guys, and it can make that commitment a little easier, right? So commit to what you gotta have a commitment. If you don't have a commitment, you can use the famous word, I'll try. I'll try. Somebody asks you, hey, you're gonna stop by and come at my party later? I'll try. The famous I'll try. How much times you said I'll try and you do it? But if you tell them, yes, I'll be there, I coming around. What time are you going to be? I'm going to be there by 8 o'clock. You make a commitment. You give them a time. You're going to be there. But if you say, I'll think about it, or I'll try, you're doing nothing, right? You don't have no intentions going, or, to whatever it is you're saying you're going to try, you're going to think about, right? So don't do this to ourselves. When we're making a commitment to ourselves, don't say, what, I'll try and do this. I'll try and lose some weight. I'll try. No, don't try, man. Say, I'm going to do it. No plan B in this. I don't want no plan B. I don't want no plan C. There's a plan A. I am going to do it no matter what. No matter what, I'm going to do it. But once you're using the word, I'll try, you're avoiding a commitment there. Right, guys, I'm not going on too long. I can just leave that there. But whatever you do, you got to get a commitment. You got to make a commitment. Remember the definition of commitment. The latter part of it is a promise or a firm decision to do something, guys. I'm going to leave that there. Have a great, great day, and we'll talk again on Wednesday. Goodbye.